Take two.
I'm done. Okay, so my name is Erica, and today we're going to go over pre-algebra. Now, we did a little video for my last one, and we did basic pre-algebra. And we kind of went over all the stuff that is parts of the algebra. So today we're just going to do like a quick review over the parts, and then we're going to do like a fun little activity with a maze that I created because I feel like I'm super crafty today. Took a long time though, don't let me lie to you. But before we can do it, we have to remember how to do a basic algebra problem. So here we have just x plus 2 equals 6. Now, each part of these spots, numbers, part of the equation has a name. So we have our x, which is our variable. A variable is not always going to be x. Oops, my tape is falling. That was a little awkward earlier. So a variable is not always going to be x. Sometimes it's going to be y, z, a, b, c. There's a ton of things you'll see. You'll have y squared and whatever else. That's beside the point for right now. Basically, we're going to be working with x and y today. Next, you have your operation. This is what's going to tell us what to do to solve our problem. So for this one, we have addition. You can also have, oops, let me label it. Hold on. Operation. You can have subtraction, multiplication, division. Those are your basic four. Addition, yeah. Then you have this and this, which are constants. These are what allows you to finish out your problem. So you have your x plus 2 equals 6. Now, ultimately, in algebra, what we're trying to do is we want to get the x by itself. So we have x plus 2 equals 6. We want to get our 2 to the 6 side. So what we're going to do is we need to cancel out our 2. So this means we're going to go positive 2 to get a 0 would be
Negative
2. So we're going to cancel that out. We're going to subtract 2 from 6, and that equals 4. So our answer will be x equals 4. Now, a big thing you want to always do with algebra is you want to double check your work, right? So to do that, we're going to plug in what we solve for x. So that would be 4 plus 2 equals 6. So clearly that shows that we got the right answer. Now, one last thing to remember before we start our maze is you always want to double check. It is so easy to mix up your operations that you can easily sit there and just drop your 2. That would add it. That would mean 6 plus 2 would be 8. There's your wrong answer, because if you added 8 plus 2, it doesn't equal 6, that equals 10. So always remember, double check your work to ensure you have the right answer. Okay? So we're going to rip that off. And I'm going to show you my maze. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Yes. Awesome. So we're going to start down here. And what we have is we have a problem. Okay, this is your starting mark. And we have x plus 15 equals 30. We also have 2 x's. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to solve this problem, and then we're going to follow the maze till we can get to the correct answer. Both x's have 2 different answers. One answer is right, one answer is wrong. So we'll know if we got the right answer by going the maze to the correct answer, and then we'll check our work. Okay? So I think the green is dark enough. We'll do it here. So we have x plus 15 equals 30. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is we're going to cancel out the 15 because we want to get x by itself. So we're going to go minus 15, minus 15. That equals x, because we're dropping down our x. our 15's canceled out because a positive and negative is a 0. So 15 minus 15 is 0. And 30 minus 15 equals 15. So we go up here. We're going to start. We're going to follow the maze. Now, was our answer 45?
No.
No. So we're going to just keep going to 15. And ta-da! There's the right answer. Because it's kind of nifty. Now, we have the answer 45 up here, which we said was the wrong answer. Do we have any idea why that would be the wrong answer?
Because then you positived it?
Exactly, because then instead of canceling out the 15 like we were supposed to, we would have just added it, which would be 30 plus 15, which is 45. But if you plugged it in, because we always want to double check our work, you have x, just kidding, I said my answer was 15. Oh, gosh. Okay, 15
plus
15
equals
30. Mm-hmm. And that is correct. 15 plus 15 equals 30.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the general idea. And I have a couple more problems we're going to try out. I'm going to try really hard to erase this and not mess up my maze. I think it took me like 30 minutes to try and write this out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was not graceful. It was like as I wrote it, as I drew it, you know how like your arm does this number? Yeah, I wiped half of it off at one point. So, do we have any questions so far?
Not really.
It's pretty easy stuff. You always want to master your basics before you add on to it. Always, always, always. Because you can't keep adding different parts because we all know algebra has a ton of different ways you can work on parentheses and exponents and a ton of ugly, scary stuff. But eventually we'll get there. Okay, so our next problem is, I'm dropping everything now. Alright, so we're going to do y minus 8 equals 12. And we're going to put right here, y equals 20, and up here, y equals 4. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so first we have to solve the problem. Now, we're going to do it a little different this time on the maze. And we're going to just kind of, just from looking at it, we're going to take a guess on what our answer is going to be. So, are we going to guess 20 or 4?
4.
4?
20.
Okay, well, she answered first, so we're going to go with her answer. Okay. So, once again, follow on the maze. Boom. Okay. Now, she answered 4. So, we're going to take it over here again, and we're going to work it out. Y minus 8 equals 12. So, our first step is ultimately to get y by itself. We're going to drop it down. Y there. Oh, and my iPad's falling. I don't know if we even saw any of that, because I talk a lot. There we go. She warned me just because I know she wants to say I told you so. She said it was equal to I thought it was good. But, okay. So anyways, I drew my little maze, okay? And now I wrote the problem, so we're going to solve it and try and figure out if we got the right answer or not. So, like I said, we have y minus 8 equals 12. So
I'm wrong.
we want to get the y by herself. So, our next step is to cancel out the 8, because y has to be by itself. So, negative 8 canceled out would be a positive 8. Negative, positive, cancel out. So, we go 12 plus 8. Well, that means y equals 20. Therefore, you picked wrong. And and Doug was correct. So, we're going to redo our maze because we want to get to the right answer. We're going to go like this. And we're going to exit at the 20. And boom.
I was still right about the iPad, though.
You're just jealous. So, let's try one more. Dun, 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 dun. That's so bad. It's really hot in here.
You're a little young to be going through menopause, aren't you?
Woohoo! Don't you jinx me with that. Oh, see, there it went. Whoop, there it is. Oh, y'all didn't find that funny. Did you hear what Kate and William named the kid?
Name their baby? No, I did not.
It's Charlotte.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
Charlotte Elizabeth Diane.
Oh, they did put Diane in there.
Yep. Isn't that a pretty name though? Charlotte Elizabeth Diane. Hits all three in the nail. They announced that today. Okay, so we're gonna do one more problem. And let's do this one. X minus 3 equals 18. So we have two answers. X equals 15 and X equals 21.
I'm
So-
going with A.
A as in X equals 15.
Then I'm going with B.
X equals 21. Which one do you pick, Doug? What's your guess? You have to speak out loud. It's okay. He's a mute.
It is 21.
It is 21?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we're going to go with that. Okay, that's going to be our goal. So, alright, we're going to do our maze. Starting. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Boom. Alright. So, it's a Monday, man. Okay. X minus 3 equals 18. So, first step. Want to get the X by itself.
So it'd be plus 3.
So we're going to go plus 3. And plus 3. So 18 plus 3 is
21.
21. So X equals 21. So we picked the right one. And just to double check, we always double check our work. So we're going to plug it in. 21 minus 3 equals 18. Correct? Well, 21 minus 3 is 18. 18 equals 18. Boom! We got it right. So, for our basic algebra, we know each problem has its layer. You know, your variable, your operation, your constants, what the whole thing's in an equation. We have to get ultimately our x or y by itself. So that means doing the opposite to move it over, and we solved our awesome maze. Do we have any questions?
No, we're good.
Well, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night.
Turn it off.